Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys the best settings and sensitivity for Operation Solar Raid. The question everybody's been asking themselves, and as a champion, like I've literally already been champion this season, I figured I'd help some of you guys out, because I'm sure everyone wants to be hitting champion this season, and I know how to do it. So I have the settings, I have everything. So if we go ahead and look at the settings right here in the middle of this rank game, vibration is enabled. All right, I see people disabling that. I'm like, why would you not want a vibrator, right? Like you can just rest it right on you and just boom. It just feels good. It feels immersive, you know, it feels nice on you. Oh shoot, it's 1v1. Okay, screw it. That's okay. We'll get them next time. So for back door settings, classic rotation, 30 for the vertical, 50 for the horizontal, and then left zone is 9, right dead zone stick is 5. What the dude? And then if we go down, aim is on hold. What? What? I'm not gonna act like I know what that means. And then we have a bunch of these numbers for the advanced ADS. I'm not gonna read them because I really don't feel like it. And you guys can just pause the video. What if we turn aim on toggle? What does this button even do? So those are settings. If you equip those settings, you're probably gonna think they're slow and because, you know, 50, but honestly, your brain is slow. So if you use too fast of settings and you have a slow brain, your brain's not gonna be able to keep up with your hands, right? So you're gonna be like zipping around everywhere. You're not going to be able to see anything. So you want a slower setting for a slower brain. And I know you guys aren't smart, okay? You're all stupid, just like me. We're all stupid. So that's why you want a lower sense, okay? I see people on like 100 ADS, like, just shut up. Nobody actually uses that, okay? So anyway, now that the settings are all out of the way, I wanted to tell you guys about the time that I got married. So I was just a young little smoothie, you know, still the top S, okay? Like I was a freaking jit. And so I was just chilling, you know, like a straight vibe, spitting the Riz back and forth. People actually referred to me back in elementary school as the jit, just straight, that was my name. Whenever I was sitting there at my little desk in class, you know, I was just sitting there, and the bell rings, you know, it's time for recess, so we all go outside to recess. You know, some guys ask me, you know, like, hey, the jit, do you want to play football with us? And someone's like, no, don't let the jit play, you know, he's a beast. I was just a physical specimen back then. So then they were like, say, you know, oh, the jit needs to play. I don't know where I'm going with this. None of this is true, by the way. Like, I'm literally lying, like, about everything right now. Anyway, on to the part of the story that's actually true. So, okay, I'm in elementary school, right? So I'm not sure exactly how this all started. Somehow, in some way, I don't know how I got myself into this. I ended up rizzing one of the girls in our school, which is crazy to me because I can't even do that now. But anyway. Okay. She didn't even stand a chance. Like, even if she hated me, bro, she would have just fallen in love. So I spit my Riz, I do my thing, you know what I'm saying? And she just falls for me. Like, it's just like, oh my God. It was like the Boston Tea Party of love. It was like we were two pilgrims just chasing each other through the cornfield. She was my Mary Jane and I was Spider-Man. Peter and Katniss freaking like 2.0. I'm telling you. And so all is fine and dandy between us, right? However, the problem is that I didn't exactly realize that I was rizzing her, right? Like, see, because back then the term Riz didn't even, well, exist. Nor did my brain, apparently, because I didn't realize that anything was happening between us. I don't even think I liked this girl that much at the time. I was just, you know, tolerating her, speaking to her. But for her, I believe it was different. I think she liked me, which is weird to say. Girl liked me, I guess. Allegedly, okay? You know, not gonna come to any conclusions, any rash conclusions. But anyway, what ends up happening is all of her friends get super excited because they see us talking to each other. And they're like, oh my goodness, you guys should get married. And I'm like, hold up a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 8 years old, remember? So my brain is kind of small. And I'm thinking, isn't marriage for like life? Like, I don't want to get married yet. I'm 8 years old. So this proposition by these women immediately freaks me out. And I just start like, oh my goodness, I don't want to get married. I'm taking this seriously. Like, this is a serious allegation. So I'm thinking of all kind of excuses I can. I'm like, oh, you know, like I'm only 8 years old, you know. I don't think I'm ready for this. But they were not having it, okay? See, by the way, I'm Copper 5, 0 Elo. None of my excuses were good enough. They just kept going through with it. They were like, you guys are getting married on Thursday. So like I said, at this moment in time, I'm terrified. I genuinely believe that I'm about to get married and have to commit myself to this marriage for my entire life. Like, this will never end. Because I don't want to get divorced. I mean, that would be worse than not getting married. So I'm out here stressed out, worrying about whether this is all going to happen or not happen. I'm having sleepless nights. I can't even sleep. Now, as for the girl and how she was feeling all about this, I'm not exactly sure if she was down to do it or not. She's probably a 7 out of 10, you know, not like smoking, but she wasn't, you know, she wasn't that bad. Nothing Smoothie can't handle, you know. Okay, that sounded weird because she's 8 years old. I'm kind of rating an 8-year-old right now. Now she's like my age, so it's, you know, I never talked to her again after this, so like, okay, let's just move on. So Thursday ends up coming around, right? And I walk into school and I'm kind of freaking out. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, is this actually gonna happen? And I go to, you know, probably homeroom or something like that. We sit in homeroom and do our arts and crafts for an hour, and then we go to math class and we learn how to, you know, multiply numbers. Of course, my brain is small, so this is all taxing on my brain. You know, I need my rest. This stuff is like freaking complicated to me. Like, this is stressing me out. And then finally recess comes around. And then finally recess comes around. That's what she said. So I go to recess and I'm, you know, just doing my thing, just kind of, you know, walking around, you know, suspicious of everybody because I'm like, what's gonna go on here? People have heard about this, like, you know, like the rumors spread around the school. But initially, everything seems to be going oddly fine. Like for the first, you know, 10, 15 minutes of recess, we're chilling. So remember, recess was only about 30 minutes, at least for us, which was just a straight scam. But we're about halfway through recess, and I start to notice a conglomeration of women. It's like a bowl of stew, but like women. So of course this catches my eye because it was that girl and all of her friends. The group of women in their little circle, you know how they make the circles and they don't let anybody in, and it's just like so intimidating. It was the girl I was supposed to marry and all of her friends. Imagine this big grass field where we did recess and whatnot, and this group of women is right here. And I'm about 50 meters away standing here, just alone, okay? Because I was going stealthy. Unfortunately, though, I wasn't very stealthy because this group of women sort of ejected a pod, like almost like a freaking one of those Arthur Morgan messengers. They sent a freaking telescriber to like send me a telegram. And so this group of women disperses their, you know, messenger, and the messenger kind of runs over to me, and I'm just standing here like, oh my God, here we go. And so this messenger comes up to me and gives me the formal message of, come on, come here, come on, come on, come on. And just a bunch of women noises. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what? Just speak. After a few minutes, it becomes clear she's conveying to me a message that she wants me to come over to the group of women. Right off the bat, I just reject this message. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Like that's not happening. But they just keep sending messenger. Another messenger comes over, and it's another woman, and then another messenger. Soon there's about 3 women versus me, just little smoothie. And they're all trying to get me to go over there so I can marry this girl. And I am just thinking, that's not gonna happen. So what do? Well, I ran away. Just no, like I'm not doing that, and I just ran away. Yeah, I never spoke to the girl again, and that was sort of the ending to the to me getting married. I know it's anticlimactic, and definitely if this was a TV series, that would be like a 1 out of 10 ending. Like people would be mad right now. So you can make fun of me all you want, you know, you can just like spit that, you know, cap. I wanna cry. But just know, I was not caught lacking that day. 8-year-old smoothie, I was woke back then, even now. And I'm saying I was the good type of woke, okay? I wasn't like, you know, the stupid blah blah blah. I was the good one. The DTB for life type of woke. I was red pilled even back then. I wanna cry and